guys, it's Mark from OmniView Tech. How's everyone doing? So today we have a very big announcement. You guys might have heard that DJI just released a brand new drone, another brand new drone, and it's called DJI FPV drone. So you guys might have heard a lot of different hypes over the past few weeks about what they've talked about in this drone. But here's what makes this drone very special. If you guys know anything about DJI, you know that they are the top and they make the best drones in the market. So when they come out with something like this, it's big. So first off, I wanted to talk a little bit about the features, about what's included in this combo. At the same time, about why this is something that could be for you, especially if you're a brand new user, especially into the FPV world. So the main things I'm going to be talking about is, would this suit you if you are getting into the FPV world for the very first time? These are the most common questions that we get, and to see if at all this is something that's for them. At the end of the day, you want to make sure it's a good thing for you and it works out for you. So I'm going to be covering that in a minute. So first off, I want to talk about the drone itself. Okay, so you got the drone right here. I wanted to go over how solid, how sturdy this drone is. And as you can see, it's just one shell, one body. It does not have any foldable features, just unlike the Mavic series. Okay, you also have the option to shoot between H.264 and H.265. So since this drone can shoot 4K and 60 frames and has electronic stabilization, you guys don't have to worry about having that rocky or that shaky image, because it has built-in stabilization already. So this is perfect for those who are seamlessly transitioning from regular footage all the way to FPV mode. Okay, so speaking of transitions, if you are somebody who loves cinematic videos and you don't want to give that up, you don't want to shoot the same thing over and over for your content, you can easily just switch from your normal mode, okay, since this drone has 3 different modes, to sport mode. Now, since this drone has 3 different modes, you can easily switch from your normal mode, where you're shooting cinematic footage, all the way to sport mode, where it will automatically disable the 2 front obstacle avoidance sensors it has, to having no obstacle avoidance and unlocking the speed and the agility of the actual drone itself. So that's one of those things where if you are looking for that adventure, that thrill, and you still want to have everything in that one drone, and you don't know how to fly FPV drones, this is one of the perfect transitions when it comes to getting into the FPV world. DJI definitely hit the spot with this one, because let's say you're flying your Mavic Air 2 and you're trying to, all of a sudden you're trying to get a specific shot and you know for sure that you can only get that out of an FPV drone, where this is the drone for you. A lot of it has to do with the ability of the drone. And I remember when I was going from normal mode to sport mode, all of a sudden I just hit a certain speed right away and it was super fast. It caught me off guard, but it was so cool, right? And this is my first time flying an FPV drone. So this is a perfect transition for a lot of you guys. Now, I won't go into my manual mode yet, but basically manual mode allows you to be able to fly manually. If you already have FPV drone experience and you've spent time learning how to manually fly FPV drones, you've been in that game for a while, manual mode is the way for you. Okay? Now there are certain features and restrictions that go along with that, but that's one of the coolest features about the drone. Another thing I like about the drone is it has a maximum total of 20 minutes battery life. Okay? Aside from the different modes and the obstacle avoidance sensors, the battery life really takes a cake on this one, because since you got 20 minutes of battery life, a maximum 20 minutes, you can be on normal mode, you can be hovering. You have a lot more than you would if you were to have an FPV drone. It gives you a lot of time to fly per battery. And because it does that, even if you switch to sport mode, and even though you lose a little bit of battery life, you're still good when it comes to that. Another thing I noticed about this battery is, one of my favorite things is that when I'm charging it. So this is one of the chargers that comes with, okay? This charger, just like any regular DJI charger, this has 2 USB ports, okay? So because you are working with more units, you gotta charge the remote with 1 USB port, and you also have another port that you would use to charge the battery. So these are just regular Type-C cables, right, that you can use. So that makes it really easy for you to just plug and play and get things going from a battery standpoint. With this one, you have a total of 2,500 milliamp hours, and for this one, you actually have a 6S 2,000 milliamp hour battery. So because of that, it charges really, really fast. I believe within about 35 minutes, I was fully good when it comes to charging. And that was from about 15%. And I didn't have to, wait any longer than that. So it was one of the fastest charging fines I've seen, especially if I want to get back in the air right away. Goggles itself is something that I personally like wearing, because of how comfortable it is. Now you can get additional foam if you want. Basically with these goggles, you have a 810p when it comes to resolution. And since it's using OcuSync 3.0, which comes with this drone, you have the lowest latency. So no matter what you do, no matter where you go, you're likely not gonna lose signal simply because of the signal strength that comes with this drone. So this is the first drone that DJI came out with that has OcuSync 3.0. So with these goggles, you'll still have the optional SD card slot where you can record in the goggles as well as in the drone itself. So because I'm a new FPV user, the 3 or 4 main features that I like about this drone is number 1, I've got the GPS lock, or you could say you have the return to home feature. So if I just want to get back right away and I'm a little bit uncomfortable where I'm at, I can just easily click on this and I know the drone will just come back by itself, right? Just like the other drones that we have. The other feature that I like about it is on sport mode, it goes very fast, right? But the drone itself has the capability of going up to 140 kilometers an hour in about 3 seconds. The other feature that I like, aside from, I've already mentioned the battery and all that stuff, there's too many. It's got the emergency brake and hover. And so when you just press that and you activate that function, you don't have to worry about like hitting anything and crashing the drone itself, especially you're a new user and you don't want to just all of a sudden just crash a new drone that you got. So it makes a huge difference. And the last thing that I like about it would be because it has the 2 sensors in the bottom, right? Unlike the other FPV drones, with this FPV drone, you have the automatic takeoff and landing. So it makes it very easy for you as a beginner to just go ahead and push your control sticks down and have the motor's arm and just go up. Makes a huge difference when you have the 2 sensors and the 2 sensors in the bottom. It gives you an overall great first time experience without having to have the kind of worry whether you can fly it or not. Having the modes with you, having the different modes makes a huge difference when it comes to just flying any drone. Just because now you can kind of go with at your own pace, at your own learning curve, without having to have that kind of worry in the world. Okay, not to mention, fast charging. That's crazy, right? I'm gonna go back out and do some more flying, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you guys wanna check us out a little bit more on YouTube and on Instagram, right, and see some of the footage that we took, even as a first-time user.